Okay. Today we are going to be working with main idea and supporting details. Does anybody know what that is?
Yes.
Ava?
The supporting what the story or paragraph is about, and the supporting details support the main idea.
Okay. So let's read our I can statement for today. Ready? I want to say it and then you all repeat it back to me, okay? I can identify the main idea, analyze supporting details, and create titles.
I can support
I can identify the main idea, analyze supporting details, and create titles. And I think we all can do that, don't you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so our vocab for our lesson is main idea, infer, and details. Does anybody have a guess on what infer means without looking? No? Anybody? Infer. No?
Do
Go
I
ahead.
use information
To use information for what?
from it supporting details to the main idea?
Oh, close. Yeah. Luke, you got an idea? No? Okay, when you infer, it's to use what you already know to figure something else out. Alright, can anybody give an example of that? When we infer, when we infer, we can use our knowledge that we already have. So let's think about our Pop's Bridge book that we read last week, right? What could we infer about that story? That it's about a bridge. Anything else? No? Nothing?
I don't have it.
That's alright. Okay, and then we got main idea. So it's what is the story is mostly about. And then we have details. Facts that support the main idea. So Ava's kind of already helped us. He told us that the main idea is what?
What the story is mostly about.
What the story is mostly about. It's what the author wants to communicate to you. So like we done those pictures this morning, what was the person that illustrated it wanted to tell you?
I don't know.
They wanted to say that they were on a sunny day at the beach, maybe riding a hot air balloon later, right?
Morgan,
Yes.
the number of seats or something I cannot see on what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Can I say Hermione seat instead? I mean, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the main idea is what the author is wanting to communicate to you. So when we look at things, we have to think about the big picture. So what was the big picture from Pop's Bridge?
It was a bridge.
It was a bridge?
Golden Gate. It was Pop.
About, yeah.
And the kid in the story.
What was he wanting to tell you? That what did Pop do? He wasn't the only one that was doing the bridge, right? And he felt ashamed, right? That was one of our words. Because he, yeah, because he didn't see everybody else that was building the bridge, and he only thought of it as Pop's Bridge, but it takes a whole team to do something, right?
A crew, you mean?
A crew. Thank you, Raylan. Okay. So, what are supporting details?
Things that support the main idea.
Things that support the main idea. So this would be your other sentences in your paragraph. So when you have your main idea, it's not concrete in there. What's concrete mean?
It's
We can-
just about that.
You can see it.
You can touch it.
Yeah. So it's not there. You can't see it right in front of you. You have to read and you have to think.
You can
So
use
when we-
25 sentences.
Yeah. So when we find the main idea, we have to ask ourselves questions. What's it connecting to? What's it talking about? How does it use it to find the main idea? Right? Okay. So our supporting details are the other sentences in a paragraph that tell more about the main idea. So they could be a fact, an example, or a description. So you may know what a fact is?
Not
Tell
argue
something
about it.
true. No arguments. Exactly. What's an example? What can we use?
Example.
What's an opinion?
Ice cream is made of ice.
Or a description, what can we say? What can we say as a description? Ice cream comes in all kinds of different colors and flavors, and it's fluffy and tastes so good. That would be a description.
You're making it hungry for ice cream.
It does. Okay. So today we are going to do 3 paragraphs that deal with the main idea and supporting details. We are going to do, I'm going to show you all one, we're going to do one together, and then you all will do one by yourselves.
I'll do both.
And then at the end, we're going to do a KWL chart. Does anybody know what that is? Never done that?
No, I don't want to do it. I've never done one of those in my life.
Well, we're going to do that today.
What is that?
It's a KWL chart, and it is what you know, what you want to know, and what you learned today. Did you all see our cute little poster on the board?
Yeah.
Do you know what it says?
I can't read that.
Look, what is it? What's on it? An ice cream. That's what's on our worksheet. That's what we're going to use today.
I'll read it.
You'll read it? Okay. Read it real loud.
Details are like the scoops of ice cream. They support the main idea. The main idea is like the code. It is the main thing that holds the details in place.
Great job. Okay, so our details are our scoops of ice cream. But you can't have scoops of ice cream without something to support it, right?
Will you put it on?
The cone. What is the cone? The main idea. The main idea is like the cone. It holds the main thing that holds the details together. So we have to have our main idea, and then we have to have our supporting details, right?
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to move on to our passages.
Yay.
So which one do we want to do first?
The sharks.
Sharks.
No, sharks.
Sharks by yourself. We'll do thunderstorms together.
No, let's I thought you said you were going to do. Can we do bees together?
Okay, so what are we reading about?
Bees.
Bees. And bees is the what?
The main idea.
The topic. What's the difference between topic and the main idea?
The topic is just
Anybody?
wait.
The topic
is
can
what
be,
it's about.
yeah, the topic is what it's about. So, like this one is about bees, but we don't know what the main idea is doing. We don't know what the author's trying to tell us.
About bees.
Okay, so we're going to read it together. I don't have the document cam today because it's not working. So, as I do it, you all have to write, but you got to write really neatly because it's not got lines, okay? It doesn't have lines. I mean, you can.
I can't write this.
Yeah, you can.
It's shark pages and shark.
Go get you another one. Okay, so let's see. Let's read the directions. That's very important, right?
Yes.
Read the following paragraph. Determine what the main idea and write it beside the cone. Identify the 3 most important details and write them beside the scoops of ice cream. So, how did we say we could find the main idea?
Wait, I know the main idea already. Can I say it?
No.
By reading the story and figuring out what it's all leading towards. So if there's one word and then there's other words that support it, then that's how.
Well, we can summarize it in our head is a good way that you can figure out what the main idea is. So after I read this passage, we can summarize it in our minds and figure out what the main idea is from what we can recall. Right?
I'm just guessing.
Okay, let's read it. Let me see. Okay, an average beehive consists of 20,000 bees. Within the colony, there are 3 types of bees, each with its own important job. One queen lives in a hive, and her only job is to fill the hive with eggs. In fact, a queen will lay about 1,500 eggs in just one day. Male bees are called drones. Their only job is to mate with the queen. Worker bees, on the other hand, are extremely busy. They are female bees that lay no eggs. Their many jobs include cleaning, gathering pollen, building new combs, and taking care of the larvae, which is the baby bees. Okay, so what was that passage mostly about?
The baby.
The queen?
Yeah.
The working dog.
What?
The bees work.
The types of bees.
Bees job.
So it told us about the types of bees, so what could that mean? What could that mean for our main idea?
So the main idea is each with its own different job. One queen lives in a hive. Her only job is to fill the hive with eggs.
So what do you think
Fill the
one
hive
queen
with
lives
eggs.
in the hive? What would that be?
The queen.
Well, no, what would that be?
Fill
What would that be?
the
If
main
one,
idea. Fill the
supporting
detail.
a supporting detail, because the whole passage doesn't talk about the queen bee, right? It doesn't say the queen bee does this and the queen bee does this and da 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 da, right?
Queen bee does one thing.
So one job. And what was our passage about again?
Bees.
All the bees and all their different jobs, right? So on detail number
job.
1, what is the queen's job?
To
lay
lay
eggs.
20,000 eggs in one day.
So one of our supporting details is what? The queen bee fills the hive with eggs. Okay, so
The queen fills the hive with eggs.
yeah, so that's one of our supporting details. Who wants to read now? Read back through and see what our next one is. We're at in fact.
I can't finish that right.
Oh, well, you finish writing. I'll read it. In fact, the queen will lay about 1,500 eggs in just one day.
Here's the right.
Male bees are called drones. So what is that? That's another bee that they're talking about. What would that be, Cameron? A bee's job, so where would that go?
To the rest. I can't
Where would we
finish
put it?
number one.
In detail number 2, drones, what do they do? Their only job is to mate with the queen.
Why does it lay eggs 1,000
I don't know.
Is it probably got a little snail like it?
I guess.
There must be at least 2 queen bees.
Drones
Many eggs.
mate with their queen.
You're going too fast.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I need to slow down?
I haven't even finished number one.
Okay, well, what was number 1?
The queen. The
The
queen.
queen bee fills the hive with eggs. That is her job for her hive.
How do you spell fields?
Fills.
Well, I wrote that wrong.
The queen job.
What was the second one?
What was the second one?
The second one.
What was our second job?
To mate, huh?
The who mates with the queen?
The drones.
The drones.
Wait, how do you spell drone?
D-R-O-S.
D-R-O-N-E. And I for number 3.
You are? Well, read it to us and see if you can find our next supporting detail. I just fill out it the best you can.
I'm on number 2.
You're on number 2? What was number 2, guys? Help Colton.
The drones.
The drones do what?
Job is to mate with the queen.
Mate with the queen.
I just put like
Because we have to have a lot of eggs to make a lot of bees so they can do what?
I hate bees. I hate bees.
I hate
Oh,
Same here, that's it.
I'll show you one picture.
There's
Actually,
actually-
I highlighted it. It looks like a centimeter of rice.
Worst. Okay, are we ready for our next supporting detail?
Yes, sir.
I mean, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Their only job is to mate with the queen, so that was our what?
Second.
Our drones. Worker bees, on the other hand, are extremely busy.
Bees.
What do our worker bees do?
They work.
They
We
clean,
have to know everything.
gather pollen,
They,
Take care of the larvae.
I need to
The
make-
baby
Wait,
bees.
if we take one of them, like, do we have to write everything they do?
Well, that helps you find your supporting details. What do you think?
Can I write? Take care of the.
Worker bees take care of the hive. So let's see.
I thought it was a mess.
That's a hornet's nest. What you're thinking of. Okay, so let's go back through our details. So we have the queen bee fills the hive with eggs, drones mate with their queen, and worker bees take care of the hive. So what would our main idea be? T-A-K-E.
Is this the one that we're doing today?
Here. C-A-R-E.
Wait, I used to drown. You said turd.
D-R-O-N-E-S.
C-A-R.
Okay, we'll tell you later.
The main
What?
idea
Okay.
is these jobs.
The main idea is their jobs. How many jobs are there?
Three.
3 jobs. And each job is important to the hive.
are living their life. What is the point of all of them? They're living a good
Huh?
life. What is the point
Well,
of
they
all
have
of
to
them?
sit around.
Huh? Good question.
Wait, when's bee season? Where do you go hunting?
Hush. Listen, so what is our main idea again? I didn't hear everybody.
The main idea.
Bees jobs. They are how many bees jobs? 3.
What the heck?
What? Is someone sending a message or something?
No. So each one is important to the hive. And we know that because worker bees do what?
Queen.
Clean the hive, tend to the babies,
Honeycomb.
gather pollen.
And even down your life.
Drones do what?
They
They mate with the queen to make eggs. And the queen does what?
Lay the eggs.
Lays the eggs. Great job.
Without the queen, there's
Is it
no
called
nest.
yet?
That
No.
is actually really true.
Wait,
Wait, how does the queen come to queen?
I don't know.
Is it the first queen?
Okay, so this one we're going to do together, and its topic is thunderstorms.
You're doing it by yourself.
No, we're doing it all together. I will need you all to help me. We gotta. I want to get this one done. Okay.
We'll be fast. And then we have coconut.
Don't get distracted. Okay, let's see. Anybody want to try to read it? Hey, let's see you read.
Thunderstorms are dangerous. Every thunderstorm contains lightning and can warn people each year. From tornadoes or hurricanes, do you know what to do to remain safe during a thunderstorm? First, go inside a sturdy building or a vehicle and close the windows. Furthermore, the tornado
Using our own words, what could we say?
Thunderstorms are dangerous.
They're dangerous. Anything else?
Well,
Wow.
thunderstorms are really cool.
What?
Cool.
They're cool.
They
They are nice to watch sometimes. So that we have to always stay safe during a thunderstorm. Because the thunderstorms usually means what?
Water. Guess what?
Lightning.
Guess what? I don't have to worry about a strap. It's bouncing right off. What? Lightning strike.
I'll wait on you, Layla. Let's be quiet. We'll save talking for later. So what else? Thunderstorms are dangerous.
I don't know what
I don't have
I think they say,
Well-
Any of that.
What
all
could
of
be
those
our,
are in your sentence.
so what is the passage mainly telling us? What's it tell us?
Thunderstorms.
Not what else? What about them?
Thunderstorms are dangerous.
They're dangerous, but what else? Lightning comes with thunderstorms, what else?
Tornadoes.
What does it say? Let's see, let me go back over here.
Floods.
Yeah, there's floods.
Flash flood.
Let's see, do not use telephones or electrical equipment. Avoid taking showers or running water. If you are unable to get to safety inside a building, avoid taking cover beneath tall, isolated trees. Also, avoid water, high ground, and metal objects. Knowing what to do and what not to do during a thunderstorm could save your life. So what is it telling you? Listen, one thing that we can do when we're looking for our main idea is look at our first and last sentences. So we know that it's telling us that thunderstorms are dangerous, and knowing what to do and what not to do during a thunderstorm could save your life. So it tells us what?
Thunderstorms are not
What
that
to
bad.
do and what not to do.
No, they're bad. It's telling us what to do and what not to do. But what's that paragraph mostly talk about? It tells us to do not. It says avoid. What else does it say? What other keywords does it say? It means stay away.
That's what I read. No, how general?
Okay, so what could one of our details be? If it's telling us to stay away, to avoid. Okay, let's see. If we are outside, avoid tall trees, water, and metal objects. Is that something telling us to avoid?
Yes.
Okay, so what would our detail number 1 be? Look up in our thing. Listen. If you are outside, avoid tall trees, water, and metal objects. Would that be a detail that's telling us to stay away?
Wait, how do you spell water?
W-A-T-E-R.
What's the first?
Everybody write that down.
What's the first one?
If you are outside, avoid tall trees, water, and metal objects.
I put
Avoid dinosaurs too.
It tells us also about the National Weather Service, OUT.
He's asking what we use this one.
Where is it at? How
Thunderstorm.
do you spell avoid?
Avoid.
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 Avoid, yeah, how do you spell that?
Okay,
Wait, is
So-
this the last one?
yeah, this is the one that you all are going to do by yourselves. And if you look up at the top, what do you see? What do you see up at the top?
Wait,
Ice cream.
No, right here, in these little boxes.
Oh.
In these little boxes, what do you see?
Directions.
What is the main idea? And it says what?
Can I ask you a question? The main idea is what the text is mostly about.
What's it say in the other one, Avis?
What are
I'm gonna read it.
details are sentences that tell more about if or explain
Avis is
the
reading it.
main idea.
Details are sentences that tell more about, describe, or explain the main idea. So I'm gonna read this one for everybody.
Wait, ooh, I know.
If you don't wanna listen, you don't have to, but this is just to help, okay? I'm just gonna read it to you, but you gotta do the work by yourself, okay? Okay, you probably know sharks have very sharp teeth, but did you know they never run out of them? That is cool.
Yes.
If a shark loses a tooth, another moves forward from within the shark's jaw, where it keeps a nearly unlimited supply of replacement teeth. This way, it is almost impossible for the shark to end up without a full set of teeth. This is a phenomenon unique to the shark. No other animal in the world has teeth quite like a shark. A shark can go through as many as 20,000 teeth in its lifetime.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That is pretty cool.
And it goes through their dirty teeth.
Okay, so I read it to you all. Alright.
I'm never going back to the beach after doing that. I
Okay.
had a treat.
We'll talk about it later. Okay, so now you all have to do it by yourself. Find your details and what is the main idea? What is the story trying to tell you? Don't tell me. Right. Oh, stop. You need help spelling a word? I'll help you.
Does shark spell S-H?
Yes. Just spell it for me. Here, I'll underline it. That way you can. You got it. Okay. Well, if you need more room, write it on the back.
Hey, Miss Morgan,
Yes.
you spell through Throughga?
Yes. Okay, you all got about 5 more minutes. You're doing good, you're doing good. Yeah. If you all run out of space, I know that the lines are not there's not a lot of lines. So if you need to, if you need more room, flip it over on the back. And write detail 1 or detail 2, whichever one you run out of room on. Okay?
Miss Morgan, can I look you something to know the word?
Can we write it like at the bottom of this?
Yeah.
Done.
Good. Alright, just sit back. Just sit tight. Everybody should be finishing up.
I don't know what to do. Mine is just say what we did on this.
Okay, so now we're going to do our KWL chart.
Well, what's that?
Okay, hang on, I'm going to show you how to draw it too.
Is it blank?
It's blank. It's a blank piece of paper.
I don't like this.
Look,
I don't like
look what you're going to do. Let me show you.
You draw a bunch of squares.
So, let me get my clipboard.
What
So first you draw, look. You draw a line straight across. Okay?
Does it gotta be like that?
Either way you want to do it. You can do it, we can do it hamburger or hot dog.
It's a hot dog. I got a hamburger.
way you wanna do it. And then you're gonna take a line here, okay? Leave a little extra space, and then another line. And then you'll have something like this,
Almost like a tic-tac-toe board.
almost like a tic-tac-toe board. So then in this first one, you're gonna write K, just the letter K.
This one's on what?
The first one, let me show you. K, and then the W in the middle, and then L on the end. Okay, so the K stands for what you know. So what did you know before we started? What did you know about the main idea?
That it's what the story's about.
Okay, we'll write it. Anything. What did you know about anything that we've talked today already before we started the lesson?
That we were going to talk
If you didn't know anything about main idea, you don't write nothing. So on the second one, you write what you want to know about the main idea and supporting details. What do you want to know?
I really don't know how to pronounce it. Can I pull my paper like this back? I need to look at it. I know I didn't.
Do you want like one that you wrote on or just an
Yeah, one
extra?
I'm good on.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Let's just look at one. I know. I'm new. I can tell.
On what?
It's
Okay, what do you want to know about main idea? What do you think would help you in your everyday learning, in life? What could we use main idea for? I mean, one more. This one's K, that's S-U-P-P-O-R-T. S-U-P-O-R-T. You don't know? Well, if you don't know anything, you can go on to the next one. What did you learn from today's lesson that stood out to you? What did you learn about? Huh? We learned about jobs. You learned the main idea, and we learned supporting details from our beehive. Alright guys, it's time to go to Coker. Whatever you didn't finish, just leave sitting on your table, okay?